Have you ever wondered why women rarely reveal what they truly crave in a relationship? It's not because they're unsure of their desires. It's because admitting these needs would challenge the dynamic of power and mystery they often hold. Women, just like men, are driven by psychological and biological instincts. However, unlike men, many of their desires remain unspoken, wrapped in layers of social norms and unacknowledged truths. Understanding these hidden cravings isn't about bending your will to theirs or becoming a people-pleaser. It's about equipping yourself with knowledge to navigate relationships with confidence and clarity. A man who grasps the nuances of what women truly desire, yet hesitate to admit, becomes not just attractive, but irreplaceable. This isn't about serving others blindly. It's about becoming a man of value who understands human nature at its core. Stoic philosophy teaches us the power of self-control, observation, and reason. By applying these principles, you can rise above superficiality and build connections that stand the test of time. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." The same applies here. When you understand the unspoken dynamics of attraction in relationships, you gain an edge, not through manipulation, but through wisdom. Today, we'll uncover 9 things women crave but will never admit. These truths have the potential to transform your perspective on relationships and, more importantly, how you carry yourself as a man. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your journey to becoming a high-value man starts now. Number 1. To feel like your top priority. Let's start with an undeniable truth. Women crave to feel like they're your top priority. They won't say it outright. They may even act as if it doesn't matter. They'll emphasize their independence and shrug off moments when they're not the center of your attention. But make no mistake, deep down, they want to know they occupy a significant place in your life. Why? Because human nature demands it. Just as you want to feel respected and valued for your efforts, women need to feel seen, cherished, and wanted. Yet, in a world where ambition and success often take center stage, many men unknowingly sideline the women in their lives. You may think, "I'm building my empire for us," but if she constantly feels like an afterthought, resentment will quietly build. Now picture this. You're working late on a project, and she texts you saying she had a tough day. Instead of brushing it off with, "I'm busy right now," take a moment to respond thoughtfully. "I'm sorry you had a rough day. Let's talk about it when I'm done tonight." This simple act, acknowledging her feelings and setting aside time for her, shows that she's important, even during your busiest moments. A woman's need for priority isn't a sign of weakness. It's wired into her emotional core. She doesn't want to compete with your career, hobbies, or social life. She wants to feel like she matters enough to pause your world, even if just for a moment. And when she realizes she's not, she won't always argue or complain. Instead, she'll withdraw emotionally or look for that validation elsewhere. Stoicism teaches us about presence and intentionality. Showing a woman she's a priority doesn't require grand gestures. Sometimes it's as simple as genuinely listening, remembering the small details, or setting aside uninterrupted time. Remember, it's not about putting her on a pedestal. It's about showing her, through your actions, that she holds a place of importance in your life. That's the first step toward building a connection that lasts. Number 2, they want to be chased. Here's a paradox that confuses many men. Women crave to be chased, but they'll never admit it. Why? Because admitting it would reveal vulnerability, something they'd rather keep hidden. Yet, deep within, they desire the thrill of being pursued, of feeling wanted and desired. It's not just a preference, it's wired into their psychology. But here's where most men get it wrong. Chasing a woman in the wrong way. When you chase excessively, texting her constantly, rearranging your life to fit hers, or desperately seeking her approval, you unintentionally lower your value. Instead of making her feel desired, you signal insecurity and neediness. This isn't the kind of pursuit that attracts her. It repels her. Now think about your own experiences. Maybe you've been in a situation where you thought persistence would win her over. You kept calling, texting, or trying to meet up, only to feel her pulling further away. Why? Because a man who chases excessively appears to lack self-respect and purpose. Women might enjoy the attention at first, but over time, they lose respect for a man who doesn't respect himself. Stoicism offers a powerful insight here. Your worth is not defined by others' validation. Marcus Aurelius taught that true strength comes from controlling what you can, your actions, your emotions, not external factors like someone else's approval. When you chase, you hand over control. When you lead, you demonstrate strength and confidence. The key is to create balance. Pursue her in ways that show your interest without compromising your dignity. Compliment her when it's genuine, initiate plans without being overbearing, and let her know you value her time, but never at the cost of your own. Imagine this. Instead of constantly messaging her, you focus on your goals, your passions, and your growth. When she sees that you're a man with direction and discipline, she's drawn to your energy. She feels the thrill of wanting to be part of your life, not because you're chasing her, but because you're leading with purpose. The truth is, women want to feel pursued, but they'll respect a man who doesn't make her his entire world. So stop chasing, start leading. That's what makes you truly irresistible. Number 3. The craving for compliments. Women crave compliments more than they'll ever admit. Not the shallow, repetitive ones you throw around just to get their attention, but genuine, meaningful acknowledgments that make them feel seen and valued. However, most men fall into 2 traps. Either they overcompliment, making their words seem insincere, or they withhold compliments entirely, thinking it projects strength. Both approaches miss the mark. Now, let's get practical. Think about the last time you complimented a woman. Did you tell her she looked pretty, or that her dress was nice? While these may be appreciated, they don't go beyond the surface. Women crave recognition that reflects effort, thought, and individuality. For example, instead of saying, "You look good today," say, "I love how you always find the perfect balance between elegance and confidence." It's inspiring. This shows you've noticed more than just her appearance. But beware of overdoing it. When you constantly shower her with praise, your words lose value. It's like handing out gold coins in a world where everyone's rich. They stop mattering. Compliments should be rare, purposeful, and delivered with sincerity. On the flip side, withholding compliments entirely can make you seem distant or cold, leaving her feeling unappreciated. Here's where Stoicism comes in. A Stoic man doesn't flatter to seek approval or manipulate emotions. He speaks with intention and conviction. Marcus Aurelius believed that words should be deliberate and truthful, not empty or self-serving. When you compliment a woman, it should be because you genuinely admire something about her, not because you're trying to gain her favor. Picture this. You're spending time with a woman, and instead of mindlessly praising her outfit, you say, "I noticed how you handled that difficult conversation earlier." It shows a lot of strength and grace. This kind of compliment resonates deeply because it highlights qualities she values in herself, but doesn't often hear others acknowledge. Remember, a compliment isn't just about making her feel good, it's about making her feel seen. And when you master this balance, you'll find that your words carry weight, drawing her closer to you without you needing to try too hard. Number 4. The wish for grand gestures. Women say they don't need grand gestures, but deep down, they crave them. They'll tell you it's the little things that matter, and while that's partially true, every woman secretly dreams of those moments that make her feel extraordinary, moments she'll replay in her mind and tell her friends about. Why do women want these gestures? It's not about materialism or extravagance. It's about feeling valued in a world that often takes them for granted. A grand gesture, whether it's a heartfelt surprise or an act of devotion, signals that you're willing to go above and beyond to make her feel special. But here's the catch. Grand gestures aren't about money. Many men think they need to spend a fortune to impress her, but they end up missing the point entirely. It's not about how much you spend. It's about the thought and effort behind the act. A handwritten letter, a surprise date to her favorite place, or even remembering the smallest details about her and acting on them. These are the gestures that resonate deeply. Now, imagine this. You plan a surprise for her, but instead of going overboard, you focus on what she loves. Maybe she mentioned a book she's been wanting to read, so you gift it to her with a note explaining why it made you think of her. Or perhaps you cook her favorite meal after a long day at work. These simple yet meaningful actions show her she's on your mind. Stoicism also teaches us that the value of our actions lies in their intention, not their magnitude. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." The same principle applies to gestures. Don't make a show of love just to earn approval. Do it because it aligns with who you are and what you feel. Women may never admit they want grand gestures because they don't want to seem needy. But by delivering them with authenticity and without expectation, you'll create moments she cherishes forever. Number 5, the desire for financial security. Women won't openly admit it, but financial security is one of the key things they crave in a relationship. This isn't about greed or superficiality, it's about the sense of safety and stability it provides. For centuries, survival has been tied to resources, and while the world has evolved, that instinct remains deeply embedded. Financial security doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire or shower her with luxury. What women truly seek is dependability. A man who can manage his life, make wise decisions, and create a foundation for a stable future. A lack of financial stability signals chaos, uncertainty, and a lack of vision, qualities that are deeply unattractive. Think about your own life. Are you managing your finances with discipline, or are you spending recklessly without a plan? Women notice these details. They're not looking at your bank account, but at how you handle your resources. Do you save, invest, and plan for the future? Or do you squander money on fleeting pleasures? Now, let's look at a scenario. Imagine you're dating someone and you consistently show that you have control over your finances. Maybe you've saved for emergencies, or you're working toward owning your home. When she sees your discipline, it reassures her that you're capable of handling challenges and building a stable life together. Stoicism reinforces this idea. Marcus Aurelius managed the vast resources of an empire not for indulgence, but for the greater good. As a high-value man, your goal should be similar: to build a life of discipline and purpose, where financial security is a result of your vision and hard work. Women might hesitate to admit they value financial security because society often mislabels them as materialistic for doing so. But recognizing and respecting this need isn't about pandering. It's about stepping into your role as a reliable partner. When you take control of your financial future, you not only attract the right kind of woman, but also solidify your own path to success. Number 6, the presence of a high-value man. More than anything else, women crave the presence of a high-value man. They won't say it out loud because admitting it would expose their deep desire for a partner who is disciplined, purposeful, and emotionally grounded. This isn't about wealth or appearance, it's about the strength of character. A high-value man is not defined by fleeting trends or superficial traits. Instead, he possesses qualities that are timeless: self-control, resilience, and unwavering commitment to his principles. Think about it. When you encounter a man who knows what he stands for and stays true to his values, you can't help but respect him. Women feel the same way. Consider this. Are you a man who acts with intention, or do you drift aimlessly? A high-value man is focused on his mission, not distractions. He builds his life with purpose and inspires confidence in those around him. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent in the way you handle challenges and opportunities. For example, imagine you're in a tough situation, financial trouble, family conflict, or a career setback. Instead of losing control or wallowing in self-pity, you face it head-on with discipline and determination. A woman sees this and knows you're someone she can depend on, not just during the good times, but also when things get tough. Stoicism reinforces this ideal. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." A high-value man doesn't seek approval or validation. He lives according to his principles and lets his actions speak louder than words. Women may never openly admit their longing for this type of man because it would make them seem vulnerable. But their actions reveal the truth. They gravitate toward men who embody strength, purpose, and emotional intelligence. When you embrace the qualities of a high-value man, you don't just attract women, you command respect from everyone around you. Strive to be this man, not for others, but for the integrity of your own journey. Number 7. the desire for validation through actions. Women will rarely admit it, but they crave validation, not through words, but through actions. Compliments are nice, but they're fleeting. What truly matters to them is seeing consistent, thoughtful actions that prove their worth in your life. It's not about grand displays, it's about the small, meaningful gestures that show you care. Think about this. When was the last time you followed through on something small she mentioned in passing? Maybe she casually said her favorite flowers were lilies, and one day you surprised her with a bouquet of them. Or perhaps she talked about feeling stressed, and instead of just saying, "That's tough," you offered to handle something for her to lighten the load. These actions speak louder than 1,000 words because they show that you listen, care, and act. Validation through actions isn't about doing things to win her over. It's about consistently showing up and making her feel seen and valued. Women notice the little things, the way you remember their favorite coffee order, the way you show up on time, and the way you support them without being asked. These moments build trust and deepen the connection. But let's be clear. This isn't about being a people pleaser. A high-value man doesn't seek approval or validation in return for his efforts. He acts because it aligns with his values and because he genuinely cares. As Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions." Let your actions reflect the man you are: steadfast, thoughtful, and intentional. Now imagine this. You're in a relationship, and she mentions wanting to improve her fitness. Without her asking, you encourage her, offer to join her for workouts, or surprise her with something small, like a water bottle she's been eyeing. These actions not only validate her ambitions, but show that you're paying attention and invested in her growth. Women won't explicitly ask for this type of validation because they fear appearing needy. But when you consistently show her she's valued through your actions, you communicate something far more powerful than words ever could. Number 8. The need for consistency. Women crave consistency more than they'll ever admit. In a world full of uncertainty and distractions, the one thing they truly desire in a partner is reliability. But here's the catch. They won't directly ask for it. Instead, they'll observe your actions over time, testing whether you're someone who can offer them stability. Consistency isn't just about doing the right thing once. It's about showing up, day after day, with the same level of intention and effort. Think about this. Have you ever started strong in a relationship, being attentive, thoughtful, and caring, only to let things slide once you felt comfortable? Women notice this shift, and it creates doubt in their minds. They start questioning if your initial efforts were genuine or just an act. Consider your own habits. Are you the kind of man who follows through on promises, no matter how small? If you say you'll call, do you? If you commit to spending time together, do you keep that commitment, even when something else comes up? These may seem like minor details, but to her, they're signals of who you are at your core. Now imagine this. You've promised to pick her up for dinner after a busy day. Even though you're tired and tempted to cancel, you follow through. This simple act shows her that she can count on you, even when it's inconvenient. Over time, these consistent actions build a foundation of trust that's hard to break. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living according to your principles, regardless of circumstances. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This applies perfectly here. A man of value doesn't make excuses or waver in his commitments. He embodies consistency because it aligns with his integrity. Women may never openly express their need for consistency because they expect it to be a given. But when you provide it, you become the man she trusts and respects, a partner she feels safe building a future with. Number 9. The craving for reliability in tough times. Women won't admit it, but they deeply crave a partner who remains reliable when life gets hard. It's not just about being there during the good times. It's about proving that you're someone they can count on when challenges arise. Reliability is a rare quality, and it's one that separates a high-value man from the rest. Tough times reveal true character. Imagine this. You and your partner face an unexpected financial burden or a family crisis. Do you panic, complain, or retreat? Or do you step up, assess the situation calmly, and take decisive action? Women notice these moments more than anything else. They're not just looking for someone who says, "It'll be okay." They want someone who backs those words with action. Reliability isn't about having all the answers. It's about showing resilience, staying composed, and finding solutions. Women feel secure when they know you won't crumble under pressure or abandon ship when things get rough. It's not just about fixing problems. It's about providing emotional stability and reassurance during chaos. Now think about your own life. Have you shown reliability in your past relationships? For instance, when she's overwhelmed, do you offer support without needing to be asked? Maybe it's as simple as taking care of a practical task so she can focus on herself. These small actions demonstrate that you're someone she can lean on when life feels overwhelming. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." A reliable man applies this principle by staying calm in the face of adversity, focusing on solutions rather than problems. Women crave this dependability because it speaks to their need for safety and stability. They may never say, "I need you to be my rock," but their actions will show you how much they value it. By being a steady force in her life, you become more than just a partner. You become her source of trust and security. Conclusion: understanding what women crave but will never admit isn't just about improving your relationships, it's about becoming a man of depth, clarity, and purpose. These hidden desires may seem subtle or even contradictory at times, but they're deeply rooted in human psychology and biology. When you learn to navigate them with wisdom and intention, you elevate yourself as a high-value man. Stoicism reminds us to act with reason and integrity in everything we do. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This journey isn't about chasing validation or pandering to others' needs. It's about mastering your own life and carrying yourself with discipline and respect. By applying the principles we've discussed today, you'll notice a shift, not only in how women perceive you, but in how you perceive yourself. You'll build stronger, more meaningful connections and gain the respect of those around you. Remember, being a high-value man isn't about perfection. It's about consistency, resilience, and authenticity. Now it's time for you to take action. Which of these 9 truths resonated with you the most? Leave a comment below and say, "Challenge accepted," to commit to your growth. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a chance to elevate your path. Your journey to becoming a high-value man is just beginning. Embrace these truths, apply them with purpose, and you'll not only attract the right relationships, but also create a life of integrity, discipline, and fulfillment. Until next time, stay disciplined, stay relentless, and never settle for anything less than greatness.